Welcome back to Demon Lord Retry, Anime Review, Episode 17. We are here reviewing the 12th and final episode of Demon Lord Retry R. This episode was delayed for 3 weeks because of holidays. I'm like, really? I have never seen Crunchyroll do this before, where they delay a dub this long. Actually, what I have seen this before. COVID, yes. when that was going on, sometimes they delay about a few weeks, but overall they pretty much can release it on time. It was delayed at least like a week, maybe because of holiday. This time, this one now, Blue Exorcist, that was released on time. That received no. I think the only time it took a week off, it took a week off for Thanksgiving, and I think the week off for Christmas, but I think mostly put it released on time. It don't took a week off once. Excuse me. Now, if this was going to be delayed, I really wish Crunchyroll would have said something, because I saw announcements about it. None. It was the most baffling thing. I have never seen Crunchyroll do this before. Now, this happened with Funimation, yes, but never Crunchyroll, where there's a delay in dub because of reasons. Unlike Fairy Tail Wanting to Express, where the final episode was delayed, this one, in Japan, was there released no problem. All 12 episodes were released with zero problem. Yes. By the way, the name of the episode is called Revenge, which covers from the Demon Lord Retry R manga, chapters 28 to 31. So here's what happens. Organ is basically tied to a chair, well, with chains, not rope, and being intimidated by her father. Like, he's basically discussed the fact she sees her horns, and the fact he rips part of her top. I'm like, dude, this is your daughter. Why are you trying to strip her naked for? Like, oh, your skin is hideous because you did that to her, you frickin' jerk. And when he attempts to remove the horns, Organ's horns, the thing nearly burns him. They're like, what happened? They've been enchanted. And he ends up getting her poison, and eventually Kunai himself shows up with Mink over his shoulder. Akanu is basically just trying to steal treasure, fighting the demon guy from a few episodes back, and he ends up stealing all the treasure except for some small bits. Organ herself, basically, of course, Kunai is like, you frickin' jerk. And, like, he even slices his armor, doesn't do much anything, it was rebuilding. And he basically, Organ's father proceeds to hit him with everything he has, even his black wings, like the feather trick. He thought, ooh, maybe this does some damage. Nope, it didn't scratch him at all. And then, like, well, talk about basically final boss. Which, I don't know, maybe this is a nod to The Rock, who called himself the final boss. Where, like, he considers basically Organ's fought a mid-level boss. But even that's basically kind of stupid. So, then he proceeds to glitch the room to transform into an arena. He transforms himself into having white hair in this other outfit. And he proceeds to destroy Organ's father. Yeah, he deserved how much of a dick he is. I mean, like, apparently he wanted to torture her, like, grinding her, basically her organs. Like, oh my gosh. It's like, yeah, I agree with Kunai. The guy sucks as a father. He basically would torture his own daughter for his own pleasure. Yeah. And so, basically, he dies. Organ does not shed a tear because finally free from it. And, like, they apparently they have all these treasure. And this book apparently is this rare Volume 6 copy. Oh, Akane might like that. So he proceeds to put it in storage. Yes, he puts it in storage. And Then, of course, basically, he teleports. He picks up Organ, and he teleports Organ, Mink, Akanu, and himself out of the castle. He also proceeds to destroy it. And he's like, Madison's not around. Why keep a castle? By the way, his armor kept Akanu's treasure. And then he decides to go off on a journey. And you think, oh, this wraps the story. We even see various characters we see over the course of the whole, both this season and the previous season of the show. Not in the case of basically Angel White. We do see Luna. We see virtually everybody. No speaking of love is basically cameos. And then it cuts to the real world. Like, wait, is he back? Maybe a super sequence. And then, of course, basically, like, oh, he meets the boss. And he's late. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's like, here, put your hand here. And taps her head. And I'm like, wait, is this supposed to be Luna's counterpart in this world? Because I think it's the same voice actress. I'm not sure what her name is, but reminds me a lot of, oh, but wait, it's not Luna. Oh no. Then because she referred to Kunai, who's basically his real self now, as Lucifer. So I'm thinking, is this Angel White? I'm like, that's interesting. But we will never know because the season's at end. Is there material from that season? Oh yes, definitely. I personally love it. I mean, there's a lot more material they can do. But I'm thinking like, could there season? Yes, they could. I haven't heard anything per se. It's not a terrible series. It's really fun. Do I have a problem with the redesigns? I'm not in the final thoughts for Demon Lord Retry R. Well, I didn't have a problem with the redesigns. Not necessarily. I think everybody basically got a fine upgrade. I think Kunai was the most weirdest one, where he apparently is a little more bulkier now than he was in the previous season. And it's almost like, wait, is this a the one thing with this one is like, is this a reboot? It's like the retelling at the beginning, the beginning of it a little bit, and also filling in some gaps. It's like maybe they were going to basically do this, like, plan-wise this season. Like, maybe this is supposed to be an actual season 2 with Demon Lord Retry, and they changed to R because the manga changed to R. The manga adaptation. It's possible, but who knows? And in case you're wondering, how many light novels are there Demon Lord Retry? There are 10. And the first season technically only adapted, like, the first 3. We kind of in a way went through most of book 4 this season. I'd say yes. And also for the R manga, they went through a lot of, I don't think all of it per se, but I'm like, why would, I don't understand some decisions they made this season. Like, go with the manga adaptation over the, like, novel for some reason. I mean, the Light of Crunchyroll was something else altogether, but it's some of the ideas they had with it. Also, they also have a weird way of ending the episodes. Like, as soon as you get to a particular point, oh, let's end it right here. Yeah, they always end it the weirdest way. It's like, really? You could continue this episode a little bit longer for a few more minutes? No? Maybe they were stuck in that 23-minute time limit. That's probably what happened here for a lot of these episodes. That's kind of what it felt like. This last episode, I didn't feel that. Last couple episodes, I didn't feel that at all. I would say the first half of the season had this problem where they would end at a weird cliffhanger and they won't get to a point where viewers probably want to see. Excuse me. And of course we got this. But you might be asking, is the story over the series? No. Not at all. I would say Organ's story is completed. It's completed her stuff. But a lot more story to tell. For one thing, Princess Cake herself does return in the light novels, and she becomes the female doctor's assistant. Yes. Also, one thing I love about this series is that you have Kunai poking fun at people's names, and the names of towns, like, really? Seems so generic, like the country of the right. Or, like, these three sisters, Angel White, Killer Queen, and Luna. Like, I thought this was, like, three beautiful women, but it's like, okay, it's like some of the weirdest names. Like some names tend to be like, Akane is fine, but that's what it seems like. Basically, the problem is like, oh yeah, and by the way, also like, okay, so he takes the adventures that he basically did with the last season. They go to Rookie Town, and they go to this dungeon, and then he just goes back to his place. It's like that sort of was like dropped for like no reason, all because we had to get the organ stuff. Now, I'm gonna blame that partially on. I'm gonna blame the Serpentine for that. I think it's probably that one's fault for that. It's like we have the story here, and then we just drop it for no reason. Like, oh, he finishes the town, and he doesn't do anything with the adventures that he just brought himself with. Yeah, one of them happens to be a guy who thinks he's a girl. And I'm like, do they do anything with that at all? Not really. Angel White, who was a character in the previous season of the show, she appeared in the season for like one episode. Yeah, one. Killer Queen, one episode. Luna's barely a factor this season. Yes, a character who was a prominent character in the previous season show. Here she appears in a handful of episodes. It's like, once the whole thing with Ego wraps up, it's like, shove it to a side, let's focus on something else. Could you probably say the series is rushing the series a bit? The pacing was a tad bit rushed, but I didn't think it was terrible. It just that the studio made weird decisions. But could I see another season for this? Yes, definitely. And with that, basically, Demon Slayer Retry is done for now. So that's pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit that dislike button. Next up, it's a Comic Corner, and then it's on to Case Closed. Okay, thanks, everyone. Bye.